Okay. So we can still record this. This is, we'll do the best we can with what we have. And maybe I will be able to like get some of the pictures up in our group, and we can kind of go over it, because I was just going to make this really quick and simple for you guys. But we can go over some of the things that we talk about tonight in it. And I don't even have it as a guide, but I'll keep seeing if I can pull it up while I'm talking to you guys about it. The title is You're Sitting on a Gold Mine. Like I said, I wouldn't be doing a fair service to you guys if I didn't tell you that Young Living has more than just products to offer you. Young Living's mission is three-part. Young Living's mission is wellness, purpose, and abundance. And so these are the three parts that is I feel a responsibility to make sure that I am serving you guys in all three of those areas however I can. You know, I feel like, at least hopefully, we do a really good job of covering the wellness portion with you guys. I have a strong passion to share wellness with you guys. And so that means sharing information. I spend a lot of time reading, research, and learning things, and sending over whatever I can to you guys and helping you learn. The second part is something that we maybe spend some time doing in our other group. We have a group called Faithful Growers, and that's where we talk about sharing and living with other people and helping other people with their health. And that's kind of the purpose part of Young Living. And there is really, for a lot of us, we found a lot of purpose in, helping people have the same changes to their health or benefits to their lifestyle that we have. When somebody asks you a question, you're like, well, I use this oil or the supplement and it really helped me. And then it helps them. You really feel that sense of purpose. Like you really did make a difference in somebody's life. And, we all know, especially with social media, at least 100 people that we could help make a difference in their life. And there's just so much to be said about that. And it's really just that simple. It's really just sharing what you found and what's helped you and what others can do. Let's face it, every home really could benefit and should get rid of the toxic chemicals that's in it. Every home can benefit from having a healthier cleaner, and every home can benefit from learning about those toxins in their home and how maybe that their health issues are linked to what's in their home and how they can replace them. And so this is a really purposeful thing for us to be doing. And it's not something that necessarily is a job. So I just want to clarify that up front. What I'm going to be talking about tonight isn't necessarily, using Young Living as a job. It might just be, the fact that you have a Young Living wholesale account means you have a referral link, and that referral link it is really something that benefits everybody, because what that referral link means is it has somewhere that your friends and family can go to support you on your journey a little bit too, to thank you for the time that you helped them. And then also to help make sure that they are getting plugged into our group or groups where they can have that support, that education, encouragement, and things like that. Usually when you're a member with Young Living, you've only been a member with one team. And so you don't really have anything to compare it with. And not to say that like we're better or anything, but we really do strive to make sure that it's about education first and foremost. And so like, for instance, when we are going out and about and we're doing events and we're sharing Young Living with people, we're not bringing, $1,000 worth of inventory or even $200 worth of inventory to sell, because that's not what our mission is. And some people can do that, and if they can, that's their right, and that's an option for those who want to. But for us, our purpose is really so focused on education, and we want to make sure that our members know that, because a lot of people will be like, I really want my this person in my family or this friend to know what I'm learning from you guys. And that's our goal. Is we want to make sure, you know, you don't have to know all of the things. None of us do. But when we come together and we collaborate what we know, we make this really awesome community when we can welcome people in. All it takes is them getting an account, and then they can, you know, have that freedom to learn themselves at their own pace. They can pick what information works for them and leave what doesn't. And so the community is really the biggest part of our mission. And so we grow that community by having the purpose mission of Young Living, the number 2. And then we have number 3, which is the abundance portion. Now, some of you know I posted about that word and how in the past that word was triggering for me, because abundance I took to mean some, you know, not really what it was. I've worked through that, but that's kind of what I want to talk about with you guys tonight, is really just focusing on all 3 of these together as a whole. And in order to do that, I think that we need to make sure that we're talking about the abundance thing, and we don't do that enough. Maybe it's because there's some negative connotations about it. So I actually had, oh, my computer says your device ran into a problem and needs to restart. Okay, yeah, thanks, Kat. So we have, for instance, there's some kind of marketing company right now that's just kind of come out of, come out, and it's just like everybody's talking about it, and it's this huge bad company thing. And it's like, if you join, you know, if I sign up 2 people and then they sign up 2 people and they sign up 2 people, and so everybody's like, hey, it's easy, just sign up 2 people. Well, it's kind of like what gives a bad name to these things, because it's promoting signing up, not products so much. And so that's kind of where that it's actually that pyramid scheme, because the difference between a pyramid scheme and an MLM, like an actual network marketing legit business structure, is whether there are products that are the focus of, you know, sharing. So anyway, those kind of things tend to give people not just a bad interpretation or view of all network marketing structures in general, but they also tend to give this false idea that network marketing means you either make a ton of money really fast, or you get scammed and you don't make any money at all. And I just want to clarify that on here right now. So in my presentation that I'm not able to access thanks to the cat, I might get it up in a little bit here, and then I'll switch over to that. We have the income disclosure. I see you laughing, Carla. I'm like, we have the income disclosure statement. So you can just go search on the internet right now, Young Living Income Disclosure Statement, and you can access that anytime. That will give you a very just cut and dry numbers of what the income is at each rank. Now, keep in mind that, thank you, Carla has it right there. So that's what it looks like. You can see the colors on the side. It'll show you those are the ranks, and it'll show you the average income per month and things like that. And what that is showing is just like the people at this rank, this is what the average is that they make. And you'll notice that the first couple ranks, it's kind of a small amount. You know, it's not like, wow, I'm going to do all this work and make a couple extra, you know, $100 a month or whatever. And so I just, you know, wanted to point that out, because I'm not here to say like this is some pie in the sky kind of thing. At the same time, it's also not some get rich quick thing. This is actually just like, it's real, you know, it's not fabricated, and it's not inflated or anything like that. However, I will say that with time, there is some really big possibility there too. And I'm, you know, living proof of that. I never set out to make what I make each month. But it does give me the freedom to be able to do things like this, and to also, like, you know, I had a number of phone calls today and online consults with people, and I don't have to charge a darn thing. I do not charge a penny. I received an invitation yesterday to go speak at a church to a crowd of young girls, and they, are saying like their budget's tight, but they want to offer to pay for lodging and things, and I don't even have to accept that. I can just be like, I don't need that. God has provided for me through this so abundantly that I don't need to. I can just go do things like that, and they don't have to reimburse me or anything like that. And so it gives me a lot more freedom to be able to do what I love and to help people, and you know, kind of go from there. So that's the abundant portion of Young Living's mission. It's really just a matter of like, you have a referral link. Everybody has a referral link. It's in your virtual office. If you go to member resources and then you click on link builder, it'll give you a customized link. You don't have to use it. People can just go to Young Living's website, and when they go to purchase, they can just use your member ID number. So all you really need is your member ID number, and you're sharing that with people. When we're sharing with people, that's really all it is. I know that a lot of us feel like we don't want to sell anything, and that's good. Because we really want to just be helping people, be genuine, be authentic about it. So, keeping that approach and that mindset, we can walk into it and really focus on what's most important. And to me, what that is helping people with their health and their lifestyle. I run an online store for supplements that are kind of like fill the gaps with what Young Living doesn't have available. I cannot even tell you how many messages I have had in the last month from people like, hey, I just put in an order. I have this thing happening right now, and I'm feeling this right now. And, I really need that order right now. Can I get it overnighted or something? And there's this constant reminder to me that people desperately need help with their health. And sometimes as humans, we're just not prepared enough to go, hey, I should have that on hand in case I get something. We kind of don't live like that until we start changing our mindset and having that lifestyle. But I want to see our team members be the instrument that helps people start making those changes. We've gotten a lot of testimonies and messages over the years about how this or that changed their life. And for me, it has too. And I want to tell you, my enroller, she had to, she wasn't pushy, but she was consistent with me for 2 years. And I am forever grateful that she did. And I really hate to think of what my family's health would be like right now if she hadn't continuously given me the, just little promptings of what I needed to hear for our health, and just kind of help me along the way. Like, okay, you have that going on here. I'll give you a sample of this, whatever. And she wasn't pushy about it. But as humans, don't you think sometimes that we kind of need a push, especially when it's health stuff? We're like, we kind of tend to wait until, nothing else has worked and we've tried everything and we're really feeling horrible or something before we want that help. And so I just feel like this is a great time for us to really reach out to people and give them the answers before it's gotten to the point where they, really need a lot more. So that's why I decided to do this. Walking into 2021, I thought, what a great time for us to start looking kind of outside of ourselves. I know that I walked into this with a lot of limiting beliefs, like I don't want people to think about this of me, or I don't want to be salesy, or I don't want to do this. But when I could take a step back and I could start seeing where the needs of people were, even the needs that they didn't know they had, and I could help meet those needs, and I could find purpose in that. And also, a community, more friendships, and some income to help make up for the time that I have put into it, or even just in the beginning to help pay for the products that I needed to work on my family's health. So you can kind of look at the income disclosure statement and get an idea of like, this is real, like those numbers are real. And so what of those numbers would be something in your life that would help you meet a need for yourself, for your family, for those in your community, wherever your heart is at right now? Like for me, when I first started, it was like, there's no question about it. I love helping people with their health. this is just another way for me to do that. But if I can also help pay the mortgage, because I, at the time it was like my husband was working so hard and the housing market crashed, and construction just wasn't paying what it used to. And so, if I could just help with that. And that was my goal initially. So kind of just looking at that goal marker, like what could we do to take advantage of this gold mine that we're sitting on, and also find purpose and help people along the way. Another thing in my PowerPoint is that I wanted to tell you and show you is there are some other things that really set this apart from others. So number one, if you were to start a business, like a franchise branch of something, or open up a storefront or something like that, there's a significant investment in it. I know I'm doing it right now. But it's not something you have to do with this. You don't have to buy anything. You already have your membership. That's all you need. And when you put in orders, they're for stuff for yourself. So you don't have to invest anything in order to help people with this, and even just casually share your referral link. But if you were to really go after it too, there's nothing that's required of you to like put in a bunch of money. You don't have to spend so much. I know other companies are like that. And so sometimes we just need that clarification that no, this is not like that. Another thing is, this is what I'm actually going to see if I can pull this up now that my computer is working a little bit. So this is what's called, I wonder if it's going to work if I switch. It might not work because I'm recording on here. And I'll get feedback if I do it on two devices. But what this is actually, so there's a difference between linear income and residual income. So linear income is what most people know to be income. This is where you go to work and you get paid for the amount of time you are there. Sometimes you might even get commissions-based income, and it's all still linear. What residual income is, and this is what Young Living is, residual income is income that grows exponentially with every income producing activity that you do. So it's more of like an investment account. The income will come in long after you do the work, which is how we get more freedom in the time that we have in our life. So just as an example, if you were to share about, for instance, I did a post today about how mineral essence has just like totally changed my life. If somebody were like, how do I get that? And I'm like, here's my member number, just pop that in when you go to the site and you order it. Then I can, help get you plugged into things that might help you on your journey too. If somebody who does that, say they decide that they are just crazy passionate about natural health, or the product just super changes their life or something, and they share it with 10 people. And then, 5 of those people share it with 5 other people and things like that. What that's doing is that's consistently and like forever creating this residual income that's exponentially growing long after you've done the work of sharing it with that person. I'm not saying that we're going to do this and hope we get rich off of somebody, because that's not our heart, and I know some people might, go, but we have an amazing team of amazing people with amazing hearts. And so I know that I don't have to explain that too much, but so basically what it is it's just something that can keep generating after you've done the work. But like I said, it's not like it's some, get rich quick thing. We all work. We are so committed. Those of us who have stayed with it and are having this residual income, we have stayed committed. There's been some things that have come up over the years, and it was just really something hard to work through, or, life stuff happens and we still have to show up for our people and pour into them and things like that. So, that is the reality of it, but that is what residual income is that it can keep growing. There was actually, and some of you have heard this story before. When I was at Diamond Retreat in Spain, there was a really sweet old man wearing a Hawaiian shirt, and him and his wife were on the vacation. And in talking to our Royal Crown Diamond leader, Sherry Ross, she informed me that this sweet man was a butler for a man who had a Young Living business. And he willed his business to this sweet man. So this sweet man had basically been now getting a paycheck every single month from this thing that he had been willed, a Young Living business, and he was also getting the trips and things that were a part of it. So he was not only having the residual income from the work that this man did at one time, but he was also getting what's called willable income. And that's another thing that Young Living has. Willable income is something that you can pass on to someone. And that paycheck will continue. So if something were to happen to me, my family would still get that paycheck every single month. And then one of the other things, let's see here. Okay, that was it. And, just a reminder again, no selling required. If you, check me out on social media and stuff, you might see that I'm really not selling anything. I literally just share health information, and people learn what they need to have, and they learn what's going to help them in their life. And so that's really all that it boils down to. I'm not going to say like you just have a referral link and you just, casually share your story and you're going to make $20,000 a month with this. That's, this is not a pyramid scheme. That's not how it works. We still put in the work, we're still working on making sure that we get to the messages from our members, and we help them out with any order issues or situations that might come up and things like that. But we talked about wellness, we talked about purpose, and now tonight we're talking about the abundance part of it too. But then there's that finding purpose in helping other people. And we're actually going to be doing something for that coming up. We've done it in the past. I think it's time for us to do it again, is just to really, we're always encouraging people to share their testimonies in our group, because it's just so encouraging to see that this is really, truly changing people's lives. And, I don't mean to sound cliche when I say that, but I had, gone through naturopathy training and all of this other stuff, and worked with clients and things, and even, restaurant developers and things in the past on health stuff. But there was always that gap, and Young Living filled that gap as far as health things. And so I know without a doubt that Young Living is what everybody needs. It's that gap that so many of us need to fill in our lives with our health. And so we can, be vessels of that. And, it can just be a really great way. We all have to pay the bill somehow. And maybe it's just paying the bill for your products that you need for your own health and your family from Young Living. Maybe it's something more. Whatever it is, this is an option for you. It's not required. But coming up, Young Living is going to be changing the way that they do things, which is going to be really great. And it's, you'll see on the income disclosure statement, like what some people will do is they'll look at it and say like, well, most people that are members don't make anything, so it's a scam. But most people are just customers, and that's okay. Most people are just ordering the products, and they're utilizing the wellness mission of Young Living, and that's fabulous, and that's what we want. And so the income disclosure statement really just applies to the people who have decided to take it a little bit further and help other people with their health. So coming up, Young Living is going to have changes in the way that things are worded. So instead of having just like wholesale member or independent distributor, there's going to be two different terms, and one of them is customer. Now that'll be just somebody who is just buying the products at the wholesale price, and that's it. And then we will have what's called a brand partner. And these will be kind of what we maybe talked about, like business builders or people who are sharing Young Living intentionally. And so that'll now be called brand partner. And coming up, there's going to be, when that switch happens, some people will have to just, kind of decide which one are they going to be classified as. And so I wanted to make sure to do this before that happens, to give you guys just that rundown of it, and just be thinking about that when that comes up, how you want to classify. Because if somebody classifies as a customer, and they casually share Young Living with somebody else, but they're classified as a customer, they're not going to receive the abundance blessing portion of this opportunity from Young Living. And so just knowing that, so that, if you decide that you're going to share, even if it's just casual and you're going to tell people about it, and they might go to Young Living and use your member number, and you're intentional about that, just consider looking at the business or the brand partner upgrade that's coming up. So I hope you guys found that was helpful. I'm sorry I didn't have a pretty PowerPoint for you guys. I'm blaming the cat. He's cute, so he'll get away with it. But if you guys have any questions, let us know. We have a group. If you're not in it already, it's called Faithful Growers. It's kind of like the purpose abundance part of our mission. And then Oily Friends is like the wellness portion of it. I also, I know that it can be overwhelming when you're first starting and you're like, I just need it really simplified on how to do this. So I'm going to be working on a few things. I've 5 million things to do, but this is a huge priority for me because I want to make sure you guys have this. We have a lot of information in that group in Faithful Growers. I want to pull out what's most important, what you need to know when you first start this, and make it really easy for you. So that's my project that I'm going to be working on this week. And so you can be added to the group and then be watching for it. We have some fun things coming up too. I always like to do fun things in that group as well, to just kind of just help, reward and bless people when they're just helping change people's lives and stuff like that. So I have something planned for January for that. Just a way that you can, reap in some more blessings when you share with people and things like that. So let your roller or sponsor or somebody know if you want to be added to Faithful Growers, and then somebody let me know so I can make sure to get them in right away. And let us know, like, if you have any specific questions, like how do I do this, or how do I start this, or what can I do about this? We have posts, we have information that's already in there. We can just help you find that information. And really just keep it simple. I want you to know that it's not some complicated thing where you have to have a business plan and you have to do all this stuff. We just want to teach you guys how to just help people change their health, change what's in their home, change the things that they use when they need some extra health support, so that they're using better options. And that's really it. And I want to make sure it's not about how much it's really just about how much you're going to let people know that they can come and get the resources that we have to offer. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to know all the things. We've got that. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I will get this recording up on our YouTube channel, and I will get the, I just got a text that my grandpa's not doing well. So if you could pray for that. I'm going to get some of the slides up on this, and I'll probably, I don't know, I can put them in Oily Friends or Faithful Growers, but it's really kind of, you can also look up the income disclosure statement online, and I'll get you guys that information too. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you guys later. Let me see if I can
Sarah, I have a
figure out how to end the recording. Okay.
I have a question about the custom